This is where Georgia's fast rush has to show up. They've got some creatures.
Slacking up faces, coming through, motherfuckers. Oh, well, fuck you. Fuck me, oh no. With a drink in hand, you're fucking drunk, you'll go straight to jail, you know you will. So give 'em hell, you fucker, you. Grab your tickets and pack your bags. Grab your things, no time to lag. The fuck you say, hey, hey, just don't be gay. Cause we don't play that shit. Off is now or never, here we come. With a drink in hand, you're fucking drunk, you'll go straight to jail, you know you will. So give 'em hell, you fucker, you. Grab your tickets and pack your bags. Grab your things, no time to lag. The fuck you say, hey, hey, just don't be gay. Cause we don't play that shit. Hi-ho, hee-ho, let's all go. The smacking off is now or never, here we come. Hi-ho, hee-ho, let's all go. To smacking off, it's now or never, here we come. Ha-ho, hee-ho. Fuck you. Fuck me. Oh no. With a drink in hand, you fucking drunk, you'll go straight to jail. You know you will. So give 'em hell, you fucker, you. Grab your tickets and pack your bags. Grab your things, no time to lag. The fuck you say, hey, hey, just don't be gay. Cause we don't play that shit. Hi-ho, hee-ho, let's all go. The smacking off is now or never, here we come. Hi-ho, hee-ho, let's all go. Just smacking off, it's now or never, here we come. Hi-ho, hee-ho, let's all go to smacking off. It's now or never, here we come. A real pop smoker, good deal, well refined. You look like that stuff blew your mind. So let me get right to the point. I don't flip with normal passive smoke, I breathe. Hey pot smoker, smoke a little pot with me. Bouncing those donkey balls, looking for a place to land. Bouncing left and bouncing right, looking for a stupid grin. Open your mouth, 'cause here they come. You're a dead man walking 'cause they don't want you no more. Your coaching skills are suspect and your wife's a street walking whore. Oh, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing right, looking for a stupid.
He would be so scared to see me.
Everybody thinks we was doing this shit, doxing motherfuckers. Nah, they came at us first.
I got a fire raging in my front yard.
Oh, why did you set your front yard on fire? Are you drinking again?
Slacking off the podcast. Fuck your city, dog balls. You cursed towards authorities. Slacking off the podcast. Fuck your team, dog balls. You call them towards authorities.
Slacking off the podcast. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I am.
I have
this
no
football
audio
game.
on like the rest of the video.
What's up, Dane?
I
How's it
had
going?
no audio like on the rest of the stream.
Well, that's
there.
just the way it works until the show comes on, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that ain't no big deal. And tonight we have a special guest. We have Clemson Dane. What you doing there, my friend?
Just left the stove.
Just left the stone. Well, then we have Ed Scribner. And then we're waiting on our producer, Doug, and our cast member, Nikki, and possibly Sean. And when we've been easing to the shows lately, we've had a little bit of a laugh, but for some reason, Doug can't join his own show. I don't know what they're doing to us, guys, but I know he'll be here in a minute, and we'll talk about all the great college football action.
There is a great game right now. I am loving it.
Georgia Tech and Georgia.
Did Georgia Tech score again?
It's 10-0 right now.
They're around the 20.
Yeah, it's
Wow,
20.
dude.
10-0.
Hey, let me take this moment. I don't normally say things like this because I think it's fucking goofy, but ACC.
We got three good teams.
Our conference has been getting shit on something inappropriate this year. I think rivalry weekend might show some folks some things. Hopefully this the first of several.
There you go. Now Clemson still theoretically has a chance to get in, don't they?
Yeah, we need Miami to lose. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I've seen crazier shit happen. It is in Syracuse, so.
Well, if Georgia
Syracuse
loses tonight and to Texas, they're out, and that opens up a spot.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we already have a spot, baby.
Nah, if they lose to South Carolina, Clemson's going to the Duke's Mayo Bowl, baby. Woo!
But if we win, we should be in. I mean, they've already got us ranked in.
If you win, you're going to the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
I think Clemson
No way
is
Dabo escapes a bowl game that doesn't involve some sort of food item.
I think Clemson is
some kind of
squarely,
food item that's probably going to be banned in the next fucking
I think
year or so.
Clemson is squarely on the bubble.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you get blown out by Georgia and you lay an egg against Louisville. I mean,
guys, look at what a stat. Look at Georgia Tech has 303 yards in the first half to Georgia's 97. That's almost video game numbers. You know, like if you was playing.
Paul, you just don't understand what it's like to play in the SEC conference. It's different down here.
And they just scored.
Yep.
And Georgia Tech is running through these guys like the electric knife went through that hot turkey yesterday.
Well, may I say one thing here real quick? I think my pit bull might be a fortune teller because last weekend, I don't know if you remember in the group chat that I said that my dog pissed in the living room floor right before the Alabama-Oklahoma game.
Remember that?
And as I got mad, as I got mad at him, later on I realized he was just predicting Alabama's performance in that game. Well, let's fast forward to tonight when I got home from Christmas shopping from the wife. I catch him as I open the door, taking a piss in the living room, and he was just imitating Georgia's performance
Georgia
tonight.
Tech just scored again, boys.
My dog is
On
a
a
fortune
hell
teller.
of a play.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, Dag.
Doug!
What's
Yeah,
up,
I
Big
don't.
Dag?
Man, we're gonna have to change fucking services again.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
this
your
is
own show,
this is
Mr.
getting-
Producer.
This is getting old, man. Seriously, they're
It
fucking
is.
me. They're butt fucking me for the first 5 minutes every time, right, Robert?
It's
Yeah.
the feds, bro. It's the
Well, it's
fucking
bullshit.
feds.
Dr.
They will let
Balls,
you
are
do
you
the drug
there?
show? Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Are you sure Neil Young doesn't have something to do with this?
He could. He could. Where's Dr. Balls at? I don't hear him.
He's
You
here.
can't hear me?
He's
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, he's here.
Doug, what do you think about this Georgia game, bro?
I think Georgia Tech looks great. By the end of the game, though, it probably will come to nothing.
It's 17-0, Doug.
So is it? What is this? Is this God's way of forcing the committee to put Alabama back in?
Or Clemson.
Fuck Clemson. Dane will even admit that.
Yeah. Woo! Fuck them.
Although Georgia could do the most hilarious thing next week and win the SEC.
Dr. Balls, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I'm not convinced they have the offense to beat Texas twice.
You know what we're going to need to do, Dr. Balls? We're going to need to go ahead and kick in 5 minutes before the show starts so we can fucking figure out what the hell Stream Lab is doing.
Absolutely, Doug. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Oh, good. Because for a second I thought I wasn't working, but yeah, that's really pissing me off that they're blocking you out of your own show. That it can add me, but it can't add you, and you're running it.
Yes, it's not blocking me. It's like dropping my microphone for some reason or another.
That's bullshit, man. But I tried to hold it up till you got back, and I wasn't sure who else here. So I know Dane's here. Did I hear? Was that Gabe Griffin?
I don't know. I don't know if Gabe. Let's see. Gabe.
Let's see who are our guests. I know that Dane's here. We know that Ed's here. I hear another voice. Is that Sean? Is that Jason?
It's Jason.
Gabe's
That's
not
what
here.
I thought was Jason. All right, killer.
Fuck Gabe. Gabe and Dane switched sides tonight. Dane showed up and Gabe went to sleep. Right?
No fucking way, dude.
Well, Jason smoked him, so fuck you, Gabe.
Well, hey, let's go and jump into these. Y'all want to jump into these games?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's jump into it, man.
All right. Can y'all see the games?
Got it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
God damn it, Dane. We knew you.
Okay, yeah. I see it. Where are we starting at? That top one under.
I would. That's
yeah. The game. Namely Michigan and Ohio State.
Michigan is so bad.
Something's going on with my fucking hair. I'm looking like Hitler over here. God damn it.
We're just not that good.
Dude, I've got Hitler with the mullet on the back. It's fucking great.
Work the mullet, guys.
No. It's the author, dude. Remember the picture you did that looked like the author? And help me out, Dane. I know you know who I'm talking about.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Dane, yes.
But anyway, back to the game of the week. I guess it's the game, Michigan and Ohio State, and there's usually a whole lot more at stake here. But unfortunately, Michigan has laid an egg most of the season, so the only thing at stake is Ohio State's playoff position. And guys, I just don't believe that's going to change.
So hold up. You don't think Michigan can fuck this whole thing up?
Oh, I hope they do. I'm rooting for it.
I think Ohio State is not gonna fuck it up.
No, but
Michigan does not have.
No. I promise you, Dane. You really never know in these kind of games because Michigan can Michigan can right the whole ship with a win over Ohio State, and then they don't even. What's Michigan's record, Gus?
6-5.
It's not good. I think
6
they
and
only
5.
have
I mean,
like
they're going
4
to a
wins.
bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to the toilet bowl.
Okay, so I mean,
Ed's
they
Golf
can
going.
run.
Rainbow.
They can really
What's-
They can go into next season and have something to talk about.
There you go. It'd make their whole year. They can go
It
to the
would.
also Red Bowl.
Well, that'd be great and all, but I just don't see it happening.
You know,
They're not
Oklahoma.
Georgia Tech.
Oklahoma made their whole year last week.
Yep.
The
But
thing about it is if
At home.
if Michigan makes it a sloppy 20-17 game, they may have a chance. But I feel like after the last 3 seasons, Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes, they got 3 years of frustration they have to let out on their home field now that Jim Harbaugh is gone. It's a whole new era, a whole new different team. I think that Ohio State has had this game circled on their calendar, and I feel like this one's going to probably get ugly, and Michigan's going to be run out of the stadium by halftime.
That's what I think they're going to, Jason. I just don't think that they got what it takes offensively this year to hang with any powerhouse team. But Ed, I'm rooting for Michigan. I just think that you appreciate that for the first time ever. You've heard me actual.
To win the game, Davis Warren has to make no mistakes. Mullins has to run wild, and they have to move the chains and keep possession. And the defense has to step up. I'm looking for a reasonably competitive game. Ohio State 30-17.
So
There you go.
Just to let everybody know, the same thing could have been said about Georgia Tech 40 minutes ago, right?
Georgia Tech, though, has a decent
Georgia does
offense.
not have the offense that Ohio State has.
I mean,
But
Georgia
yeah,
tries to field goal,
Georgia
and it's
doesn't
no
have
good.
the offense that Georgia Tech does, apparently.
But Georgia Tech has a decent offense and a decent quarterback, though.
So we'll go into halftime after that missed Bulldog field goal. Georgia with no points.
all right. So,
I've been saying ever since Clemson played Georgia, I wanted a rematch. Hopefully, they don't fuck this up, and I get to see that.
All right, so let's go and do our picks on this one. Jason, you go first.
Ohio State, landslide.
Bob.
I got Ohio State 41-17.
Ed.
30-17 Ohio State.
You already said Ed. Okay, Dane.
Yeah.
Give me Ohio State 52, Michigan 7.
All right, so I know that Sean Devine is going to pick Michigan. Sean, tell us about
it. When was the last time I picked Michigan?
Sean, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, give me.
I don't hear Sean.
Give me Michigan.
Does anybody hear Sean?
I think I got him.
I'll take Ohio State 42-7 over Michigan.
There we go. Hell yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Hey, so Sean, I gotta ask you, didn't how did the Raiders just lose that game to the Chiefs? What went on there?
Aiden O'Connell fumbled the ball. It was a live ball, even though the penalty was also on us, which was an illegal shift. Chiefs recovered the ball and ran the clock out.
Jeez, that was awful, man. That was heartbreaking.
It was a quality loss for us as we stay in the Shedeur Sanders sweepstakes for next year's draft.
All right, then. So,
all right. So, real quick, this is the biggest game of the day for Jen Chavez. Tennessee goes to Vanderbilt. Let's talk about it.
Oh my goodness! So, what happens if Vanderbilt win, guys? It's been a big season for Vanderbilt all year, and they've made some strides. Pavia's proven to be a real competitor. They've lost some tough games, but they've won some you never would have expected. And they're at Vanderbilt. Now, usually that's not a factor, but Vanderbilt has become a pretty loud home game, and the fans has got a little bit of expectations. I think Vanderbilt has a chance here. What does anybody else think?
I do. I agree with that. I think Vanderbilt's got a real shot. I'm going to pick Tennessee close 27-24. If Tennessee wins, they're in. If they lose, they're out. It's that simple.
Oh yeah. Who could ever say Vanderbilt was going to play Fuller? What do you think, Jason? You think they can play Fuller?
I'm torn on this one because I feel like Tennessee's defense is really, really good. Like one of the top defenses in the country. They can stop and hold anybody. But the offense has sputtered at times. I feel like if they can get Dylan Sampson going in the run game, that will open up the passing game for Nico Iamaliava, then I think that they can run away with this one. But that's not been guaranteed for most of the season. Their offense has kind of been like a Jekyll and Hyde. So with Diego Pavia and everything like that, and Diego Paiva, the way he's played this season, it's been fantastic. But this Tennessee defense is really, really good, and I think they will be able to slow him down because there's enough game film on this guy now. There's enough game film on him to where you can plan. Just that South Carolina and how they were able to shut it down with probably one of the best front sevens in the country. No offense, Dane. But I feel that if Tennessee can get Dylan Sampson in the run game going, I think they can run away with this one. If Vanderbilt is able to contain him, then I think this is going to be pretty close.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, you got any thoughts on this one, Sean?
Nothing that Jason hasn't already said. It's just can Vanderbilt execute that veer attack on offense against a really good front seven of Tennessee's? To me, is going to be the difference in this game. Tennessee's offense is hit or miss. Sometimes they look great. Sometimes they look garbage. So, obviously, parts with Vanderbilt would love to see them get one more great win this year. Spectacular season that they haven't had in God knows how many years. But I got a feeling that Tennessee's probably going to figure out a way to get it done. Even, I know it's in Nashville, but there'll be plenty of people in road repair orange in that stadium.
You know who will be rooting for Vanderbilt Saturday probably?
Jay Cutler.
Me.
The Alabama Crimson Tide. That's who's going to be rooting for Vanderbilt on Saturday.
You hear that, Jen? You hear that, Jen?
A three-loss Tennessee team has beaten a three-loss Alabama team.
Yes, but they're also 1-2 against the top 10, which could hurt them, and they also have the common opponent of losing. But as wild as this season has been, anything could happen. But right now, Alabama is rooting for any kind of chaos that could possibly happen this Saturday. We're getting a little bit of it tonight in Athens, but they need a lot more of that in order if they want to get into the 12-team playoff, which, Doug, I know that you just want to just take this team out like old Yeller.
Absolutely. I'm not pulling for chaos. I don't want Alabama in the playoffs. I don't think they deserve to be there. And, I think there should be it should be the Alabama rule. If you go on the road against if you play a unranked team and you score 3 points, you should be eliminated if you've got losses.
You just want to take them out like old Yeller, take them out the pasture and just shoot them.
Something.
Yes. What's going on with Alabama, man?
Nothing good.
Is it the quarterback? Is it play calling?
It's because we didn't hire Dabo, dude. You know it is.
Oh yeah.
SEC's going to end up getting at least 3 teams in, but right now they have one team that's a lock.
What's that?
What, Texas?
Texas.
If Texas beats A&M, it's a done deal. If they beat A&M tomorrow, it's a done deal.
Yeah, but if they lose, they're probably still in too. So.
But if they lose 2 in a row, that means that the SEC currently has no.
They wouldn't lose. They wouldn't lose 2 in a row. They wouldn't lose 2 in a row, Ed. If A&M beats Texas, A&M goes to the SEC championship game.
But if they did, it wouldn't be good for Texas because their best wins right now, their top 10 win is against Michigan, which is not looking good right now. So the committee, the resume wouldn't be as sexy with 2 straight losses as if they just beat A&M.
Well, but what Sean said is right. They can't have 2 straight losses because
if A&M wins in College Station tomorrow, A&M goes to Atlanta.
Yeah. So that's it. So they did you would get a whole different seed out of Texas would still be in the playoffs, but they would be a whole different seed because they weren't the conference champion. And I want to go back to the point someone made about the shape the SEC is in. So on paper, it looks like the SEC is deficient in comparison to other conferences, but the real truth of it is that we've had great teams beating each other up, right? And this has been a result of schedules that were unprecedented forever in the history of college football. That's one of the reasons it's been one of the most exciting seasons ever. Is the teams just regular season games that we've had to play, such as Texas and Georgia in conference, and the reason the SEC seems down is because they've had to play each other, and it hasn't been good for anybody. It's been a real eye opener. If they get that ninth game, then you're looking at possibly a 3 or 4 loss SEC championship game team.
Shut the hell up, Dane. Shut up, Dane.
I just want to point out that before the season started, I said that this was the exact same shit that was going to happen. And here we are. All these teams have 3 losses, and people are like, oh my God. Well,
Okay,
that's what the fuck happens when everybody plays everybody.
Well, I mean, even before that, Dr. Balls, imagine if we didn't have wins over Mercer's and New Mexico State and Wofford and Samford and UTEP in Maine.
Well, absolutely. Everybody does play cupcakes. Even cupcakes find cupcakes. You ever notice that? Like Marshall played the University of Bumfuck Egypt or something like that. And those are those are prep games, right? But I agree with you. There should be a 9th SEC game, and for that to happen, though, and for the 12 team championship, now it can happen because now you're going to look at it and say, well, we got 3 and 4 lost teams. Somebody's going to have to be in the 12 team playoff. It's just that simple. No matter what the records are, if the conference champions of the Big 12's record was 7 and 5, they'd be in the CFP. I mean, so that's our new reality. It's more like the NFL. We're not going to see Bud Wilkinson teams that dominate for 5 years with no losses, right? That's not going to happen again. That's over.
So let me go ahead and chime in on this Vanderbilt game, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. Vanderbilt's going to win 24-20. Jen, that was for you. So let's go ahead and jump to this really big game, and we call it Death Valley, Dane.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The Cox are coming to Death Valley, and they look pretty good, Dane.
They do look good.
So you lead this off, Dane. We want to hear your thoughts first before we pile on.
Well, this is a very exciting Palmetto Bowl for the first time in a long time. I'm happy to see that my feathered friends from down at the state capitol finally don't suck. It's been a long time since, probably, I guess, since Spurrier was down there that we've had a meaningful Palmetto Bowl game. So,
what a great guy! What a great guy, Spurrier.
Yeah, fucking fantastic guy. I don't know. It's an interesting matchup too because I feel like it's strength versus weakness going both ways. Clemson's kind of struggled with the running game on defense this year, and that's really what South Carolina excels at on offense. And then, Clemson's got a lot of 4 of our offensive linemen are out. And then, we're having to go against South Carolina. I think their front seven's probably the strength of their team on defense. So it should be interesting, man.
Well, that's what I'm seeing, Dane, is that so I would pick Georgia. I'm not Georgia. I would pick Clemson in a normal year in this, but this year, South Carolina's pass rush has been really effective, and they're also able to control the edges, like Jason said earlier, against Vanderbilt,
right.
which I feel they're going to contain Klubnik. He's not going to be able to leave the pocket, and they're not going to be able to run against it, and it's going to be an ugly game. I got South Carolina 20-16.
So Dane, you said it was going to be an interesting game. Just how
Yeah.
interesting is it going to be, Dane? Tell us.
I think it'll be pretty interesting. I think
Okay.
from a Clemson standpoint, I think what we've got going on offense this year, which I coming in, I didn't really think that it was going to be this way, but Cade Klubnik is the star of our offense. I mean, and I like our wide receivers. We've had a lot of injuries at that position again. This is like 3 years in a row. We've had multiple starters go down with injuries, but it is what it is. I like our young guys, and I think we'll be able to put some points up. I think it's going to be a shootout kind of game. No way in hell am I picking South Carolina though. I got my Tigers 28-24.
Hell yeah.
Sean?
Yeah, it's losing at home to Louisville. I just don't see Clemson winning this game against South Carolina. I don't think Phil Maffa is going to have a day, and they need him to have a day. Strength of South Carolina is that front seven. So Gamecocks 27, Clemson 17. But win, lose, or draw, they'll still gather at the paw.
Goddamn right.
Ed.
So I really hope Sean is right and his logic is sound. That Louisville game would really concern me if I was a Clemson fan. But I like Clemson at home close 23-20. I would, but I don't feel great about it. I could go either way.
Okay. I'm going to ask for Dane's assistance with this, but I'm going to ask him a couple of questions. In the loss to Georgia, do you remember how many rushing yards Phil Maffa had?
I do not recall.
It wasn't that lot. It didn't feel like a lot, though, right?
No.
Okay. In the loss to Louisville, do you remember Phil Maffa's performance in that game?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Phil Maffa's not really been the factor that a lot of people thought he would be this year.
But I
mean,
feel like
he's gotten yards, but he hasn't had any dominant performances.
But the reason I asked you those questions because I feel like he is the key when it comes to opening things up for Cade Klubnik. Because Klubnik has not looked great all the time. I mean, he had a good 5-game stretch after the Georgia game,
right?
But it feels like he sputters at times, and I believe it has to do with the fact they can't open the run game enough for Phil Maffa because they've also been banged up on the offensive line. And as much as we have talked about South Carolina's front seven and the way they have tortured offensive lines this season, that doesn't make me feel good. While you guys were talking, I was trying to find a way for Dane or to tell Dane that I could see Clemson winning this game. And I am having a very, very hard time doing it for that reason and that reason alone. But there is hope. I feel that with the struggles of the offensive line and the injuries and the depth and everything like that going up against South Carolina's front seven, if they can establish an RPO, quick kind of pass to neutralize them, I think that can get South Carolina on their heels. I will give South Carolina credit for the potential to go 9-3 this season, playing one of the most psychotic schedules that you could ever imagine playing.
Yeah, they played a hell of a schedule, man.
Shane Beamer, I give Shane Beamer a lot of credit because after that Old Dominion game, I'm not going to lie, I wrote them off. I wrote them off after the Old Dominion game, and I was wrong. But if you were going to put a gun to my head and tell me who I think will win this game, I think that it will be South Carolina, last-second field goal in dramatic fashion.
Hell yeah. Hell
Man,
yeah.
fuck South Carolina, dude. Clemson by 30.
With a pizza party provided by Dabo to follow.
Oh, my God, no, dude.
I will give Dabo credit,
that
though.
kind of shit.
I'll give Dabo credit, though, for his stubbornness to not use the transfer portal and to still be able to put out a competitive team I do give him credit for that, but I still wonder how long that's going to last.
Yeah, that's right.
This is
But
only the 4th program ever in the history of college football to have won 9 games. I think we're up to 14 or 15 years in a row now. So it's still working. I've still got faith in the guy. It's
All right.
hard to win them all.
So I like Clemson at home. It's going to be close. Clemson by a field goal. I'm not picking the score.
there you go.
Sean.
Yeah.
Your team's headed to LA to play a very good USC Trojans team, right?
I'm sitting in my hotel room in beautiful LA, as a matter of fact.
Is your hotel in South Central?
It is not.
Good.
It is not, Ed.
South Central. Ed, is South Central where Rocky went to train in Rocky 3?
I don't know.
I think that was Venice Beach.
No. That was South Central. I know they said that. They had to have.
Well, as long as you're not in the Knights Inn and Watts, I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Well,
There you
Sean
go.
will know. What is the neighborhood around the Coliseum like at night?
That I don't know, Ed. Nor do I intend to find out.
Oh, it's right. That's an early game in California.
Yeah, it's 12:30 local.
Okay, yeah.
Beautiful,
And that's a very
beautiful,
historic
balmy,
venue.
74 degrees, no humidity tomorrow. A perfect day for football.
I would recommend going to the farmer's market after the game. There's a taco place there. It's unbelievable.
And there's about 1 million taco places in LA.
Well, this one's good.
Well, man,
Oh,
A lot of Spanish Americans there, huh, Sean?
Yes, it's formerly of we bought, I think, California from Mexico many hundred years or so.
Let's just be honest, though. Everybody loves tacos, especially
Everybody loves tacos, yeah.
Especially on Tuesday, Sean.
Yes, but there's not a bad. Of all the tacos I've eaten and the few times I've been to Los Angeles, not one has been bad. So, yeah, we'll find some good Mexican cuisine while we're here in town.
Can we get our money back from Mexico?
I don't think so. I think once you bought something, you bought something.
Yeah, and we're talking about like it would be way too late to return it by now. I mean, we're way over 100 years in, right?
I think we fought for it during the Mexican-American War.
Sean,
I think
how far away from Diddy's house are you?
I have no idea, man.
God damn it, Dane. You would bring up Diddy. You really would.
I didn't bring up Diddy. Sean did.
Sean, did you bring up Diddy?
I did not bring up Diddy.
And this
No, he said something about a titty, dude. You need to listen better, Dane.
And with that,
What's
this
on his
segment is brought
mind?
to you by Lubriderm.
What's on your mind? Hallelujah. Now, Sean, I got to applaud you because you're going to see a classic matchup at one of the greatest venues in college sports in beautiful weather. I mean, I'm jealous of you. I'd love
Hey,
to
and
see
one of the greatest rivalries in sports.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's fucking huge shit, man. My hats off to you for being able to live that dream. I wish I was there, and I'm going to pick Notre Dame just because of it. I think Notre Dame wins 41-20.
I don't know about that.
So, do I need to go now?
Go ahead, Doug.
Okay. So, Riley really needs to save his job, and so you can just feel the pressure building here, and you know that Notre Dame's going to whoop their fucking ass. I'm going Notre Dame 40, USC 20.
Go. What about you, Ed? What you got in this program?
Well, I know Sean's a little worried about it because there's a lot on the line. And if USC had an offense that was as explosive as it's been the past few years, I think they would have a real shot. Notre Dame has been very, very difficult after the bad home loss earlier in the season to Northern Illinois. I expect a reasonably close game. Got Notre Dame 24-17. 416.
So Ed, you're saying that if USC's offense was explosive as your diarrhea from the sorry, where did you eat? Where did you eat yesterday, Ed?
First of all, wait a minute. First of all, I wish I had diarrhea. It's the opposite problem.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you had the cheesy stuff, didn't you?
No, I had a few pieces of cheese, but no, it was called Miller's Smorgasbord in Lancaster, PA.
My God.
I had 2 plates.
Soon to not be a friend of the program.
No, it was outstanding. I just had 2 massive plates and a full plate of dessert. And I have had 3 Ducalex and 3 stool softeners and about 8 bottles of water and nothing.
Here's what you need to do.
What is wrong with you?
Shout out Ducalex. Hopefully we can get
have
a
you ever
sponsorship.
Have you ever had soup, beans, and cornbread, Ed? You know how you eat soup, beans, and cornbread is anything that they do where you're from? So that's the solution.
No, I have a bottle of magnesium citrate, but I didn't want to take it right before the show.
Well, yeah, thanks for
Ed, you might want to switch to bran flakes.
Maybe.
Get things moving.
There you go.
Just
Drink
go to McDonald's, for fuck's sake.
And in spite of how I feel, I am looking at photos right now of hillbilly hot dogs.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. You should go to it. It's right down the road. It's like 20 miles from my house. We'll meet over there, do the show there, have a hillbilly hot dog, and it is delicious.
That would doing the show from there. I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah, we're going to set it up.
Jason, how about this game, Jason?
All right, this is probably going to be the last one because I got a family movie to attend to, and I also got to take a shit. But
oh my god, dude!
I know TMI. But speaking of shit, that's how I feel like USC's offense has been in the last couple of weeks. And everybody wrote off Notre Dame after the loss to Northern Illinois, already saying, "Oh yeah, they're out of the playoff." But you know what's happened ever since then? That team has been mean as hell to every opponent that they have played. And I don't see it stopping at this point because you talk about the pressure that Lincoln Riley's under for his job, the pressure that Notre Dame is under now. If they win, they're in the playoff. If they lose, they could be out. The pressure on that side for Marcus Freeman. So I feel like, I'm like the rest of you guys. I don't think this one's going to be close. I think it's probably going to be Notre Dame 48, USC 14.
Yes.
I wish I could get behind everyone that's saying picking Notre Dame big, but the history of this series, Notre Dame's brought a lot better teams than this one out to the Coliseum that have floundered. Going all the way back to 1964 when they had an unbeaten team and the Heisman Trophy winner John Hewitt, and they lost 21-17.
Sean, okay, go take your shit, dude.
Later, guys.
So, Sean, we can blame all those on other coaches, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but I do have the Irish winning. I think it's close. I'm kind of more along the lines of Ed. I got the Irish 30. I have the Trojans 21.
Dane.
I just got a question for Sean. Sean, what was the score of the Northern Illinois game?
Oh, God damn it, Dane.
Notre Dame lost 16-14.
All right, give me USC to open up a big old can of fucking Northern Illinois on the Irish. 16-14. Mighty Trojans.
Love it.
They're rolling.
There you go. And Dane, since they're bringing up him, he had to go take a poop. See, he wasn't quite as creative as you because if I remember correctly, you have defecated while on the show, right?
100%.
Yeah, but he didn't say that he was.
Right.
That's the difference. You said I gotta go to the bathroom. You said I gotta go to the bathroom, and we never heard a pee. We never heard anything. Except a couple plops. That's all we heard.
Do it again.
He had to take a couple demos.
is
We
brought to you
brought
by
Duke out.
Dolcalax.
Oh yeah, and Jen says that we're disgusto, so I guess we're grossing Jen out. But surely Jen has bowel movements as well. Even a Tennessee fan is going to have bowel movements, right? So
Jabbo Sweetie for Dolcalax.
there you
Oh
go.
my God. Hey, you got to get that NIL somehow.
All right, guys. So did everybody pick on this one?
Yeah.
I feel like they did.
Yeah.
All right, I feel
There
good
you go.
about it, and I know y'all do too. The Iron Bowl.
Ow!
So
Bowl.
Gabe should be here to pick Auburn, but he's not. He's not here. But Dane's going to pick Auburn, so we're all good, right? And hell, I may fucking pick Auburn. I don't fucking know. I'm thinking about it.
Dane gonna pick another
Fuck when
toilet.
I pick Auburn, dude.
Dane's
I
gonna
pull
take
for
another
Alabama.
toilet paper tiger team.
I
Yeah.
pull for Alabama, bro.
You say
I
you
don't
do.
know.
You
I
fuck.
do.
Get the
I
fuck out of
fucking
here.
do. I always have, man.
Yeah. Dude, when you talk, there's a
You
helicopter
gotta
sound.
remember. Listen, you gotta remember that every great coach that Clemson's ever had came from Alabama. So
I mean, we knew
I'm
that.
I'm low key an Alabama fan.
We knew
Hell
that
yeah.
about y'all. Sean, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here. Well, but to Dane's point, Clemson's also had a lot of great former coaches that also coached at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
John Heisman being one of them.
Yeah, he also coached at Georgia Tech.
That's right.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. And
Is he coaching them again tonight?
Guys, I just want not to interrupt you guys, but I just seen pure disaster happen on the fucking Georgia happened during the Georgia Tech game. Georgia just muffed the damn punt, and they're already down 17-0. And right here at the beginning of the second half, they stopped Georgia Tech and muffed the punt. Unbelievable.
Dr.
Oh,
Balls,
look,
I was about to ask you for an update, so you just gave us one.
yeah, but they gave them the ball back. I think they just robbed them. I think they just robbed Georgia Tech. But Georgia's rattled. I've been watching this pretty steady, and Beck has been throwing balls at people's feet and stuff like that. They just don't look good. But right now, Georgia's getting ready. Just ran a 40-yard run as I was talking shit about them.
You said
Beck
balls.
is
You
trash,
said balls,
dude.
This right here is Georgia Tech's. This is
Super
them
Bowl?
trying to. Yeah, they're trying to get back into the SEC. That's what's going on. Tell them, Sean.
That's right. Well, I mean, Tulane forfeited their shot yesterday by losing to Memphis, so it's up to Georgia Tech now.
So now
Hey, I'd like to point out that Georgia Tech and Tulane both have more SEC championships than the University of South Carolina. Shouts out to Tulane and Georgia Tech. That's
They
fucking
got more
awesome.
I think Kentucky will too.
So let me go and throw this out there. I'm not going to pick on this Alabama-Auburn game. Not a score or a prediction. I'm just going to say this, and it's pretty obvious. If Jalen Milroe can run, then Alabama wins easily, and if they cannot, then Auburn's got a hell of a chance to win this game.
Yeah.
So you're picking Auburn.
If Milroe can't run, absolutely. This Alabama team's ceiling is pretty high, and their floor is pretty fucking low. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. And
now,
you know what? I'm not pulling against Alabama. I want Alabama to win this. I just don't want them to get into the fucking playoffs.
Who are you pulling for in the Palmetto Bowl, Doug?
Clemson.
Dude, I'm gonna have to get your number, dog.
I mean, I'm picking Clemson because I picked them. Sorry, I'm pulling for Clemson because I picked them.
There you go.
Okay.
They're at home. I mean, normally I don't give a fuck, Clemson. I don't even think Dane, you don't even come into my mind when I'm thinking about this game.
Ooh, wait a minute. Georgia Tech appears to have just taken the ball away from the Georgia runner at the Tech 1.
Yeah,
it looks like
they give it back to Georgia.
That is pretty fucking funny, isn't it?
It's close. It's close as to whether his butt was down. It's real close.
All right, so let's get the picks on this Iron Bowl, guys. Ed.
Well, it's at Bama. So it's at Bama. So I'm going to say Bama 14-13.
Ed.
Bama 34-13.
Sean.
Bama 28, Auburn 17.
Fuck you, Dane. Okay, go ahead, Dane. God damn it.
Alabama 31, Auburn tree.
3?
Yeah.
That sounds a little bit like the Oklahoma-Alabama game. It's not that far from it, right?
I think
But
Bama's an
Alabama's
11,
going
11
to come
and a half
out
point
on
favorite.
top. They got something to prove, man. They're going to come out pissed off.
All right, so the biggest game of the fucking day, and we've been saving it for this spot right here. It's the Sun Devils of Arizona State going to Arizona in a Big 12 battle. Sean?
Arizona State wins. They go to the Big 12 championship game. This is the Territorial Cup game. Big game. I love what Dillingham just did. He gave his bonus to all his assistants. That was real great of him. And they've been looking fired up. I just don't think Arizona has enough in this rivalry game to beat them. It'll be close, but give me the Sun Devils 30-24.
Hell yeah. What you got, Ed?
I'm going to go with the exact same score Sean has. I think Arizona shows up. It's a competitive game. Arizona State's on a mission. Scatterboo runs wild. They do just enough.
Scatterboo.
I know I love
cool.
that name. That's a killer name for a football player, Scatterboo, especially if he was a scat back like Dave Meggett or something like that.
Running that wildcat.
Running that wildcat. I got to pick Arizona State too. I think that they've showed a lot of fortitude, that they've improved week to week. So I'm going to pick Arizona State 28-20. You got who you got?
Against the grain, man. I'm gonna go with the Wildcats. Everything tells me that Arizona State's gonna win the game, but I don't know, man. Like Doug says, you never know in these fucking rivalry games, and give me Arizona to shock the world, baby.
It's gonna shock the world.
I don't have a score prediction, but I just got a feeling. A hunch.
All right, so I just returned from the bathroom. Who's picked? I know Dane just picked. Who else?
It's you, man.
You, Doug.
I gotta go now. God damn it. Sun Devils by 10.
There you go. Sun Devils by 10, baby. He has spoken. So are we on Florida now? I wish Nikki was here to talk some smack about those Gators.
Yeah, where's she at?
I'll speak for Nikki.
There you go. Speak for Nikki. What does she got to say?
She's picking Florida State in a massive upset.
Oh.
God damn it, Nick. God damn it, Nikki. I wish you could be here to tell the story. No. Florida by 17, maybe 20.
The SEC home cooking. Georgia doesn't turn the ball over, and they finally score. 17-7 now, Yellow Jackets. Greg Sankey called down to the officials, said, "That's not a fumble. Come on."
That's what went on, I'm guaranteed.
Well,
dogs out.
It's in Athens, so they have ACC refs.
That's even better.
Dude,
for Greg
that's
Sankey.
Worse, dude. Yeah.
So
refs.
Sean, I didn't see the fumble or the alleged fumble, but I have to agree with Sankey. It wasn't a fumble. That couldn't have been a fumble, dude.
That's right. In this one, the demise of the Florida State football program continues. They hopefully, after they get destroyed in this game, will rescind that lawsuit to leave the ACC. I mean, if anything, if they're going to leave the ACC, they might want to call the MAC or the Sun Belt because that's the way they've been playing.
Especially get beat by Sunbelt Billy.
That's the truth.
Give me the Gators 44, Knowles 6.
Ed, did you pick on this one, Ed?
I did not, but this is our team is united and your team is falling apart game. I got Florida 27-3.
All right, so I know I've said this before, but I mean it this time. This is the biggest game of the fucking week in the Tim Bailey household. Oklahoma goes to Louisiana State.
Oh yeah, he hates LSU. He hates them almost as much as he hates A&M. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody talk more smack about two teams, and I don't know what his deal is with LSU, other than that they beat Oklahoma in the national championship many moons ago.
No. It was the playoffs, but they got smoked. Oklahoma got smoked, and that's the last time they played, right?
As far as I know, yes.
But even before that, they lost to Saban in 2003 in the national championship game.
That's what I'm talking about.
They did. That was a lot. That was a lot better look for Oklahoma than the last time, though.
True, but it's compounded with it's yeah. I mean the LSU just seems to have the Boomer Sooners number.
But that was Big Game Bob back then, and
this is Big Game Brent.
Right. Hey, I like that, Sean.
Well, Oklahoma did show they had a defense, though. I found that very interesting. Against Alabama, they showed they have a defense, and we know that LSU, even though they have talent, isn't well coached. So this game may be more entertaining than people think. Hell, I think something like maybe they ain't gonna score 40. I'd say 28-27 LSU.
Yeah, Bob, I hate to agree with you, but LSU is going to win at home on this. Oklahoma, they're on cloud 9, and they should be. But yeah,
beat Bama and became bowl eligible. Boomer Sooners should be very happy.
It's back to earth this week. LSU edges them out. I'm going to say LSU 30, Oklahoma 27.
There you go.
I tend to agree with Doug. I think, and it's one of those Brian Kelly specials where he's trying to save his job again. Give me LSU 27, Sooners 21.
Hell yeah! What about you, Dave? Have you picked on this debacle yet?
Give me Big Game Brent. Upset, I guess. Would it be an upset?
Yeah,
picking Dabo's boy.
Absolutely, it's an upset.
Let me get big game Brent, and I don't think it'll be close. I think Brian Kelly gets embarrassed. I've always
in Tiger Stadium.
Tiger Stadium. Is it at night too? That would be even better.
Everything good at you.
What time is the kickoff?
Yeah, it's a late game.
Yeah. Give me Big Game Brent, shocking the world at night in Death Valley in front of the Corn Dog Nation. I like it. And it won't be close. Give me OU 31, LSU nothing.
Hell yeah. It's all part of my rock and roll fantasy. Hell
all
yeah.
Right.
So what about Ed? Have you picked on this one, Ed?
No, and nothing would make it's 17-6 Georgia Tech, by the way. Nothing
would the extra point. Nice.
Well, they went for 2 and didn't get it.
Well, they went for 2
nothing would make me happier than to see LSU lose because Brian Kelly is one of my least favorite people on the planet. But I expect a relatively low-scoring game. Oklahoma found something in their defense. 23-12 LSU.
Hell yeah.
I just want to put it out there. I've always sung Brian Kelly's praises, but I think maybe the game's passed him by. He seems to be surrounding himself with retards. Can I say that word?
Yes.
Yes, you said it.
You can now. You couldn't have like 3 weeks ago, but you can now. Dan.
Okay, his assistant coaches, man, what the fuck is he doing? I don't know what's wrong with him.
I don't know. It's special,
when he was rumored to be going to Michigan, I was really upset.
All right. So did everybody pick on that one?
But Ed, that'd be a slight upgrade to your current head coach.
No.
I think you're right, Sean.
No, we lost. We lost a lot. Give the guy another year before you make a judgment.
Give the guy another year and a $15 million quarterback. He'll be better.
Ed, we're giving him three more.
That?
Ed, we're giving him 3 more games.
I'm going to give him as many years as Brady Hoke got, and hope he gets a contract extension.
All right, so Washington at Oregon. This is always a big fucking game, and it's still a big game because I don't know. I think Washington's capable of winning this fucking game.
Upset City.
We'd like to see it.
This is the upset alert game of the week.
Hell yeah. Now, what is it about Oregon that you see them as being vulnerable at home, just out of curiosity?
Well, I mean, just the fact that they haven't lost. I mean, the pressure builds, and
it's
Washington's
hard to
capable.
win them all, dude. It's hard to win them all.
Washington upset. That's what Bruce Martinez, the Dogfather, just put out right here in our very chat. Is that's going to be a Washington upset? So that was enough for me. I'm satisfied now completely that Washington's going to beat Oregon at Oregon and ruin their undefeated season.
I think it's completely within the realm of possibility, and I've seen Oregon really struggle at times against teams the number 1 team in the country shouldn't be struggling against. I don't know, man. Upset City.
It sounds like you do know, Shane. Dane. Shane, Dane, whatever.
I don't know, man. I think they're probably overrated slightly.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see a lot of upsets.
So you think Oregon's just been damn lucky, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you have to be lucky to be
exactly. Luck counts.
11-0, you have to be lucky. You can't just get there on being good.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I think their luck's gonna run out eventually. If I were an Oregon fan, I would rather lose this game than lose in the Big Ten championship. Or
yeah. I mean,
they're
already there. They're already in the Big Ten championship game. Right. And really, I mean, this is kind of like the NFL. You're going into the playoffs.
I'd rest my starters and shit. I wouldn't be trying to risk anything if I were Oregon in this game.
Yeah, but it's
really
a big robbery.
Matter if they lose. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't be saying the same thing if you wouldn't be saying the same thing if Clemson had it all locked up and South Carolina's come to town. So that's a load of hogwash. Dan Lanning.
I don't know.
Dan Lanning's had this game circled since last year's humbling defeats to Washington. Oregon had a bye week to rest. It's down at Autzen. Ducks by at least 14.
Did Washington play this week?
No.
They have another bye before the game. Did Oregon play?
No, they both had bye weeks last week.
Okay, that's interesting.
Hell yeah!
Good job, Big Ten.
Well, hell yeah, that's gonna be.
I don't think Oregon had a bye week until this past week. They just played straight through.
I think everybody.
Yeah, I think that they didn't play 0 week. They didn't play week 1, and that was their first bye technically.
Oh, shit.
0 week.
I'm going with the Ducks. The Ducks by 10. And don't ask me for a fucking score, but the Ducks by 10.
Ducks by 10.
Yeah,
Is
so
it?
I wrote an article that Oregon is not going to win the national championship, and I stick by it.
God damn it, Ed.
Washington has had their number for the past couple of years, but Washington does not have the horses this year. And what Sean said is right. They have had this game circled. Oregon State by 17.
Oregon State.
I mean Oregon.
The Ducks. The
All right,
Ducks.
so yeah, there's a big difference. Ed, there's a big difference between a beaver and a duck.
Sco Ducks, he said.
But it's okay if your beaver has an ass like a duck, right?
Absolutely.
It looked like Jason's rejoined us. What do you got on this game?
Let me pull him up. I didn't know he rejoined us.
Yeah,
You
there's
hit
the
me
turkey
by,
from his face.
are you saying I'm a turkey, Doug?
Hold on, I don't see Jason.
He's behind the turkey. No, that's Dane behind the turkey. Never mind.
God damn it, Dane. Get out from behind the
You
turkey.
did it.
Did I?
Yeah.
I mean,
there
you
he
can't
is. He came out from around the turkey. Dane did. That's interesting graphic. I kind of like it. See, my phone's real small, and I don't have my glasses on, so I just really have to guess what's happening there, right? So
I've
I see
been
that.
hiding behind that damn turkey for 20 minutes.
All right, so yeah, what's next? Texas at Texas A&M.
Yes, that's an
That's
exciting game.
God damn it, that's
This is the one that I'm most interested in all of your opinions on, to be honest. Because I feel a certain way about the game, but I just want to know what you guys think, especially you, Doug.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna throw this out there. Texas A&M has a lot of built-up aggression. They hate Texas. They left the Big. They left the Big 12. Was it the Big 8? Then no, it was probably the Big 12. They left the Big 12 to get away from Texas. And now here Texas is, and now they got to play them every fucking year again. A&M
Some people might say they hit from Texas.
Yeah, maybe, but I do think there's a lot of built-up aggression here. Give me Texas by 10.
Hell yeah! Now that's just, to me, it's really interesting because they're at Texas A&M. Texas A&M is a decent football team. I wouldn't call them dominant, but they're a decent football team. They're pretty well balanced. They got a decent defense. I mean, it's all on whether or not you believe that Texas is a team of destiny, right? That they're destined to get a good seed and do well in the CFP. I don't think it's a must win for Texas, but it's a must win for Texas if you're trying to say that you're the best team in the country, which they haven't proven because Oregon hasn't lost. But that's how they feel. And but I've seen games with Texas where I didn't feel that they looked like the best team in the country. And it's all about tempo. If Texas A&M can control the tempo, they can win their game. And I'm gonna pick A&M 21-20.
Did everybody get that?
I heard A&M 21-20.
Yep, that's what I got. A&M 21-20.
Something's going on with your mic, Doctor.
It's okay. He stuck it up. He stuck it up his ass. He's fixing to pull it out, and everything will be back to normal.
Yeah,
What you got, Sean? What do you think about this?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, Texas has all the talent in the world. They haven't really particularly played a challenging schedule. The teams they thought would be good were really not. I mean, yeah, they went up to Michigan and blew their doors off, but I mean, Michigan's lost to all sorts of bad teams in the Big Ten. So A&M is a strange team. They've played well at times. They've played poorly at times. The one thing they do have that poses a problem for Texas in Texas's loss was when Georgia beat them. Georgia has a decent front seven, which put a lot of pressure on Ewers, and when they put Manning in, him as well. A&M does have that. A&M's problem is they struggle to throw the football with either quarterback. And it's in College Station, as Doug said. A&M's got a lot of animosity for Texas. I think it's a grinding game. First team to 24 or 27 probably wins. With that said, on paper, I think Texas just has a little too much on paper. So Texas 27, A&M 24.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
And
I think it's a great game. I think this will probably be the game of the day.
I got Texas 27-16. I don't think that A&M has enough offense.
all right, so let's move right along to Kansas State at Iowa State.
I didn't give my pick, Doug.
Fuck your pick, Dane. God damn it.
No,
Go ahead.
dude.
Go ahead, Dane.
No.
Go ahead.
I really think I think Texas is going to overwhelm A&M. I think A&M's extremely well coached, though. I really like what Elko's done in 1 year that fucking Fisher never seemed to be able to do. I think he's legit, but I like Sarkisian, man. I think he's one of the best offensive coaches over the past
As long as he
decade.
stays on the wagon, he's good, right?
No, I like him when he's off the wagon. Whatever wagon he wants to be on, I think's fine, man.
Right.
That's a redemptive
All
story.
wagons are good with God, right?
That's right, dude.
That's a redemptive story if Sarkisian is able to come back from perceived and reality of alcoholism to be sober and to guide Texas to a national championship. And then Nick Saban was part of that by giving Sarkisian a chance. And it's a story of redemption. And I think that's what I would milk if I was the crew during CFP.
100%.
Absolutely. Congratulations on his sobriety and getting himself squared away and now doing great things at Texas. It's a great story. And yeah, it goes back to Saban giving him a chance when nobody really would want to touch that guy.
Ed, did you get it? Ed, did you get your prediction in?
I did.
Okay, sorry.
But Texas
are we
really
sure that
has
Stark?
too
Are we
much
sure
talent,
Stark?
dude.
We're sure that
They're
Stark isn't
loaded.
going to start doing Dos Equis commercials if they win the Natty.
He should, dude. That would be so fucking funny. Do they have like a non-alcoholic one? He could do that.
I think everybody at this point now has a non-alcoholic beer, so maybe, yeah.
Well, there you go, dude.
Sean,
somebody needs to line that up.
Sean, I don't have a non-alcoholic beer.
I don't either.
All right, so this is the big one: Kansas State at Iowa State.
Farmageddon.
Right. Yeah, you go first, Sean. Sean.
This is, slowly. It's albeit it's been played for at least 115 years now. It's starting over the last 10 to 15 to get its due as one of the great rivalries in rivalry weekend. Sadly, they're gonna ruin it next year for the paycheck, which is they're gonna play in Ireland next year in week 1, which I think is a mistake. This game is great because it's whether it's in Ames or in Manhattan. Usually the weather's crummy, snow flooring, snot flying. It's hard hitting. A lot of defense involved in this game. Both have a lot on the line. I think Iowa State more so than Kansas State, though. I think there's a strange Big 12 algorithm that could figure out a way for Kansas State to get into the Big 12 championship game. But Iowa State, if they win, I believe they're in to play Arizona State if Arizona State wins. With that being said, as this has gone in this series, Kansas State would like nothing more than to ruin, Matt Campbell's parade. And we've seen Matt Campbell shrink in big games. I think Kansas State, I think the Wildcats are going to figure out a way to squeak out a win in this game, and it'll probably be by a field goal. But it's going to be a great low scoring, hard knocking kind of a game here, and it'll be one to watch for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you on it. I thought that's kind of hard hitting fall football. I like to see too, the nasty weather and so forth. And Iowa's ugliest kind of year. The wind just cuts right through you. I've worked all over Iowa in my life, especially. And I'm telling you that in Ames, Iowa, the wind is cutting right through you. The field's muddy. If it ain't permafrost, it's just gonna be a hell of a football game. And I'd like to see Kansas State win it, but it's hard to pick this one. So I'm going to go with Iowa State at home.
All right.
I believe
Dane.
the temperature at this game will be in the teens tomorrow.
Dane.
I'm a big Matt Campbell fan. I like Matt Campbell. Give me Matt Campbell and a field goal.
All right. Ed.
So last year in a blizzard, Iowa State won a high-scoring affair running all over K-State. I think it was either 41-34, 41-35, something like that. Kansas State will get their revenge. There will not be as many points scored. 23-17 K-State.
Give me Iowa State.
42. It was 42-35 last year, Ed.
Okay.
Give me Iowa State by 5 points. All right.
Pretty solid.
The big one. Cal at SMU.
Man, nobody
SMU,
gives a
the leaders
about this game.
SMU, the leader of the ACC, Dane.
Unbeaten in ACC.
Sean, I want to point out that Sean called this at the beginning of the season. He said that SMU, that was his dark horse in the ACC.
And Ed said it too.
Thank you, Sean.
Both of you guys.
I love the simple story of
SMU, dude.
the simple story of what makes this so great is the situation that got SMU into the
This
ACC.
is absurd.
What
It's
makes it
fucking
great?
absurd. We had to beg them, basically.
No. The best part is the ACC.
They begged
goes,
us. But
SMU begged the ACC to get in. The ACC goes, well, for the first
they're doing
10
it
years,
for free.
First 10 years you're in, we can't give you any television revenue. And SMU's like, yeah, we don't need your money. We got like 20 billionaire alumni. So, yeah, take your money and stuff it. And then we're going to come in and we're going to kick your ass. And that's all SMU has done this year.
I want to point out that they didn't have to play Miami or Clemson during the season.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Miami
How
and
did
Clemson.
that fucking happen?
I mean, ACC scheduling has been an issue for years. We saw that when North
Our
Carolina and
scheduling is crazy.
North Carolina and Wake Forest had to play a non-conference game so they could play each other a few years ago.
Yeah, that's a natural
true.
rivalry.
Yeah. So, I mean, the
That's
ACC is
crazy.
another one like the SEC that needs to go to a 9-game conference schedule. That's an
I
argument.
agree with you.
You know,
100%.
we've had a number of times on the program. Cal got close to beating Miami. I was at that game in Berkeley. I think they'll give SMU a lot if they decide to show up and play. But I think SMU just, they got too much on the line here, and they've been on a tear the last 3 weeks. So at home, Dallas, give me SMU by, say, 10, 31-21.
Ed, did you get this one?
No. So, SMU's defense isn't that great. So Jaden Knott's capable of having a pretty big game. But Sean's right. SMU, they got too much on the line. They are the better team, 37-24.
Okay, so let's just let Bob pick on this next game because it's near and dear to Bob's heart. I'm kidding. I'll pick on it, but
yeah, pick on it, Doug. I want to hear you pick on this debacle.
Kentucky at home. Kentucky wins.
There you go. That's a great pick.
Kentucky by 7.
So if you don't like Mark Stoops, this is a Brian Kelly situation where Kentucky will win this game and it'll save Mark Stoops. I'm not saying that he's under pressure to leave, but there
Bob
are
read my
growing
mind. Bob, you read my mind. Great minds think alike. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So I got Kentucky winning at 16-14. Yeah, it's just too much hate, guys. And Louisville is a good team, and they're a better team overall than Kentucky, but they're not a physical team. And the level of talent and size on Kentucky is more than what Louisville has. But I just think that Kentucky's going to grind it down. Somehow they're going to make one less mistake than Louisville in an ugly game, and they're going to win 16-14.
Sorry, Dane, don't get emotional. Tell us about this.
I like Kentucky, dude.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
What? What do you mean?
Of course you like it. What happened when Clemson and Louisville played?
Louisville won the game that day.
Exactly.
It was their day. But I think Kentucky's got this one in the bag, brother.
All right. So are you picking the score, or are you
more
just picking
physical?
Right.
I would say 17-14.
Ed.
24-17 Louisville. I just think they have too much offense.
Okay, so on that note,
Hey,
what's the weather going to be?
I didn't get the pick yet.
Yeah, Sean didn't get a pick. Let's hear what Sean's got.
come on, Sean. You don't really need. You really need to pick on this one. Go ahead.
I do.
Sean.
I do.
Go ahead.
Similar storyline to last year. Louisville comes in better record than Kentucky. But you know what happened? Last year they were in Louisville and they couldn't get it done. Now this year it's in Lexington. Mark Stoops' job is on the line. Hell of a rivalry game. One of the underrated rivalry games on rivalry weekend because both teams always bring it. If Kentucky plays as hard as they did, like they did last week down in Austin, I give them a lot of credit. People go, well, it wasn't that close. It was close for most of that damn game down in Austin last week.
It was.
And it was a hell of an effort by Kentucky. If they bring that same effort tomorrow, they're walking out of that stadium with a W. Give me the Cats 28, Louisville 20.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And Kentucky discovered their new quarterback in the Texas game.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to play Cutter Boley, the 4-star guy that redshirted last year. I think they're going to play him moving forward, and that may be the key to our future. And if they play him next year, because they haven't had a quarterback in years, in my opinion, if they play him next year, then we're back to 7-4, 8-4, 7-5 team at the least.
He looked a lot better than Vandegrift, that's for sure.
There's the Dos Equis commercial on right now. No Sark.
All right.
We need Sark on there with non-alcoholic beverages. Somebody needs to contact his agent. Get us a slice.
Good night, all.
Great show, guys. Enjoy the games tomorrow, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Cheers, baby.
Smacking off the podcast. Fuck your city, top boss. The college sports authorities.
Thank you for supporting Smacking Off the Podcast. Make sure to stream in every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for an all-new live cast.